Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom surrounded by rolling green hills and sparkling rivers, there lived a kind and wise king and queen. After many years of wishing, their hearts were filled with joy when a baby girl was born to them. She had rosy cheeks, golden hair, and eyes that twinkled like the morning stars. They named her Aurora, and the whole kingdom rejoiced. To celebrate her birth, the king and queen invited everyone to a grand celebration at the castle. Nobles, villagers, and even fairies from the enchanted forest. 3 kind fairies arrived at the party: Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather, each bringing a magical gift for the baby princess. Flora fluttered her wings and said, "I give the gift of beauty. Aurora shall be as lovely as a blooming rose." Fauna stepped forward and said, "I give the gift of song. Her voice shall be as sweet as a nightingale." But before Merryweather could give her gift, the castle doors blew open with a gust of cold wind. A 4th fairy, one who had not been invited, stood in the doorway. Her name was Malvera, and she was powerful, proud, and very angry at being forgotten. With a voice like thunder, Malvera pointed her staff and declared, "On her 16th birthday, Aurora shall prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and fall into a deep sleep, never to awaken." Gasps echoed through the hall. The queen clutched her daughter. The king shouted, "Wards!" But it was too late. Malvera had vanished in a cloud of dark smoke. Merryweather stepped forward. "I cannot undo the curse," she said sadly, "but I can soften it. Aurora will not die. She will sleep, but she can be awakened by true love's kiss." To protect their daughter, the king and queen asked the 3 kind fairies to raise Aurora in a cottage deep in the forest. They named her Briar Rose and never told her she was a princess. Aurora grew up full of grace and laughter, with the animals of the forest as her friends. She sang with the birds and danced with the sunlight. On the morning of her 16th birthday, while picking berries, she met a kind young man with gentle eyes and a warm smile. They talked, laughed, and sang, and their hearts quietly whispered that they were meant to be. What Aurora didn't know was that the young man was Prince Philip, the son of a neighboring king. That evening, the fairies finally revealed her true identity. She was a princess, and she must return to the castle to meet her parents. Aurora was shocked but agreed. Meanwhile, Malvera learned that Aurora had returned to the castle. Disguised as an old woman, she lured Aurora to a hidden room where a spinning wheel stood glowing. Entranced, Aurora reached out and touched the spindle. She fell instantly into a deep, magical sleep. The fairies placed her gently in a soft bed in the tallest tower. The entire castle, filled with sorrow, soon drifted into slumber as well, everyone frozen in time. But the fairies knew there was still hope. They searched far and wide for Prince Philip, for they sensed the bond between him and Aurora was true. When he heard what had happened, Prince Philip bravely fought through the dark forest of thorns that had grown around the castle. Malvera, in fury, transformed into a mighty dragon. But with courage and the fairies' help, Philip defeated her and reached the tower. There he found Aurora sleeping peacefully. He leaned down and gently kissed her forehead. Aurora's eyes fluttered open. The curse was broken. The castle came back to life with the sound of joy. The king and queen embraced their daughter, and the people of the kingdom cheered. Aurora and Philip were soon married in a celebration filled with music, flowers, and happiness. Moral of the story is that, even in the darkest of times, love, kindness, and courage can awaken hope and break any curse. True love is not just magical. It's brave, patient, and pure.